Call a meeting in order for the Village of Round Lake Beach. This is our council meeting for Monday, September 11th, 2017. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk. Trustee Valdez.
Here.
Trustee Wallace.
Here.
Trustee Butler.
Here.
Trustee Nichols.
Here.
Mayor Hill.
Here. Let the record show a quorum is present. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any corrections or clarifications on the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Move. Second.
Motion by trustee Wallace, second by trustee Valdez. We have a motion to second. Any questions, corrections, clarifications on the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as written. We'll have our council meeting minutes from August 28, 2017. Any corrections or clarifications on those? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
trustee Butler, second by trustee Nichols. We have a motion to second. Any corrections, clarifications on the minutes? Again, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are also approved. We have expenditures this month of $855,386.13. Some of the larger items in that, for our health care, for our staff, a little over $118,000. We have our fresh Lake Michigan water from CLC Jawa, a little over $148,000. We have the police pension fund distribution of a little under $20,000. We have several other bills. All the staff have reviewed them. The trustees have all had a chance to review them. And if the trustees have any questions on any of those? If not, is there a motion to approve those expenditures?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Wallace, second by trustee Butler. A motion is second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
That's approved 4-0. We have no ratifications tonight, so we'll move on to our committee reports. Any trustees have any reports?
Not tonight.
Okay, there's a few items in the mayor's report tonight. We have the police department commendation. I'll turn it over to the chief.
Thank you, Mayor. If I can have CSO Alanis, please come forward. Right there's fine. CSO Alanis today is joined by lots of family and friends here. She has her parents, Federico and Aldelia, are here. Her daughter, Marissa, who is around all the time, she's here. Her brother Fred and nephew Zane are here. Her brother Jaime and his family, Letty, Natalie, and Emily, are here. Her niece Lisette is here, and her brother Danny is here. And Mayor and Board, today what I'd like to do is recognize CSO America Alanis for an act that happened a few weeks ago. CSO America Alanis is quietly known within our department for the countless acts of kindness she performs both on and off duty for the village and the community. One of these recent simple acts of kindness and caring resulted in a very profound impact. On August 23rd, 2017, CSO America Alanis assisted not only a resident, but a longtime friend to the village, Mr. Tom Finnegan. As part of her daily routine, CSO Alanis would check on the home of Mr. Finnegan. CSO Alanis was aware that Mr. Finnegan, a World War II vet, was living by himself and was having difficulty getting around. Because of this and prior medical emergencies at Tom's house, CSO Alanis took it upon herself to make prior arrangements for emergency contact with Tom's daughter. On this day, as she traveled down the street, America noticed that Mr. Finnegan had not picked up his daily newspaper, something he routinely did early in the day. Following the protocol she established, she contacted Tom's daughter to relay her concerns. Tom's daughter could not identify a reason why Tom had not retrieved the paper. CSO Alanis pounded on the door to make contact. During this, she could hear what appeared to be someone banging on a metal object. Realizing that there was something wrong, she contacted the shift commander, who authorized entry, and Mr. Finnegan was found lying on the floor, banging his cane against furniture to get our attention. Mr. Finnegan was suffering from significant injuries that left him unable to walk. CSO Alanis rendered aid, and Mr. Finnegan was subsequently transported by Round Lake Rescue to the hospital. It was later learned that complications from the fall and any further delay in medical treatment could have been tragic. Therefore, it is with great pride and honor that I present CSO Alanis with a department commendation. Congratulations on a job well done. And if we don't have a long meeting today, I'd suggest we do the pictures afterwards, because we have two more things. I'd like to call Joseph Finley up.
Just for the record, this is swearing in of the new officers.
So today I'd like to present to you Joseph Finley. Joseph Finley is one of our new officers here this summer. Joseph Finley is a lifelong resident of Kenosha, Wisconsin. He served in the U.S. Marine Corps, where he achieved the rank of sergeant. After the completion of his military service, he was hired by the Winthrop Harbor Police Department, where he worked for 13 years. He then worked a short while with West Dallas Police Department, which is where we stole him from. He also earned a bachelor's degree from Carthage College in Kenosha in 2012. His wife, Lillian, is here, and his mom, Julie, and stepdad, Richard, are here as well. And I'd like to present Joseph Finley for his swearing in. If you can see the village clerk.
I, Joseph W. Finley,
I, Joseph W. Finley,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
office of
police officer
police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and welcome.
Sign it or what?
It's already signed.
Congratulations.
And we have one more, Mayor and Board. Your police commissioners have been very busy this past summer, so they got us another officer, and we're very excited to have him as well. If Tim Kramer could step up here, please. Timothy Kramer comes to us by way of Florida. He was born and raised there. He is married to Kristen, and he has two children, Bryce and Harper, 3-year-old twins, who I must say are the best well-behaved 3-year-olds I think I've ever seen. Probably never cry. He began his career with Florida Highway Patrol as a state trooper in 2006. After 8 years as a trooper, he worked for a little over a year as a federal corrections officer at a federal penitentiary in Florida. Then he decided to relocate to Northern Illinois, which is where Kristen is from. He worked part-time with Round Lake Heights Police Department for about 6 months. He then worked as a Lake County Corrections Officer, which is where we stole him from. Take that, Chief Hare. We got one. And now he's ready to start his career with us, so we're very happy to have him here. If you could step forward to the clerk.
I, Timothy Kramer,
I, Timothy Kramer,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
police officer
police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome. That's for you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. And America, congratulations. Tom's been a person that's been very near and dear to me for many, many years now, and thank you for being there for him in his time of need. And welcome new officers. It's always great to have new additions to our community here in Round Lake Beach, and look forward to working with you both. Thank you, and for your families, for that matter, too. Thanks for coming out tonight. So we also have a proclamation for Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance, and then I'll dismiss the crowd.
All right. America will never forget the September tragedy that shook our nation's core 16 years ago. On a day that began like so many others, a clear blue sky was pierced by billowing black smoke as a wave of grief crashed over us. But in one of our darkest moments, we summoned strength and courage, and out of horrible devastation emerged the best of our humanity. On this solemn anniversary, we pause in remembrance, in reflection, and once again in unity. On September 11, 2001, nearly 3,000 men, women, and children, friends and neighbors, sisters and brothers, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters were taken from us with a heartbreaking swiftness and cruelty. As we come together once more to mourn their loss, we also recall how the worst terrorist attack in our history brought out the true character of the American people. Courageous firefighters rushed into an inferno, brave rescue workers charged upstairs, and co-workers carried others to safety. Americans in distant cities and local towns united in common purpose, demonstrating the spirit of our nation. People drove across the country to volunteer, donors lined up to give blood, and organizations collected food and clothing. And in our nation's hour of need, millions of young Americans raised in a time of peace volunteered to don the uniforms of our country's military and defend our values around the world. As we remember all those we lost on that day and the Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice in the wars that followed, we must strive to carry forward that legacy. On this National Day of Service and Remembrance, we take up their unfinished work and pay tribute to their lives with service and charity. Through these acts and quiet gestures, we can honor their memory and reclaim our sense of togetherness. In the face of great terror, all Americans came together as one people, united not only in our grief, but also in our determination to stand with one another and support the country we love. Today and all days, remember the patriots who endure in the hearts of our nation and their families, who have known the awful depths of loss. In their spirit, let us resolve to move forward together and rededicate ourselves to the ideals that define our union as we work to strengthen our communities and better our world. By a joint resolution approved December 18, 2001, the Congress has designated September 11th of each year as Patriot Day, and by public law 11113, approved April 21st, 2009, the Congress has requested the observance of September 11th as an annually recognized National Day of Service and Remembrance. Now therefore, I, Richard H. Hill, the mayor of the Village of Round Lake Beach, Illinois, do hereby proclaim September 11, 2017 as Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance. I call upon all residents of the village to display the flag of the United States at half-staff on Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance in honor of the individuals who lost their lives on September 11, 2001.
Thank you. As we all know, there were 19 cowards that attacked our country 16 years ago. Almost 3,000 people died in that event. It was very tragic, and hopefully we'll never have something like that happen to Americans again. I'd like to recognize what happened that day and all the heroes that were out there, many police and firefighters, paramedics, regular people working in the office building, saved lives. And that's what America's all about, helping one another in time of need. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second?
second by trustee Butler. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. You're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting. I know you all have busy lives. You won't offend us if you all leave. Is there a clerk's report tonight?
There is none, thank you.
Okay, we'll have a few items of business tonight. Item A is a resolution approving a covenant agreement at 207 West Rollins Road regarding permit and connection fees for the property. Our water and sewer tap-on fees are pretty much set by the annual water usage of a business. For car wash, they've become unreasonable, and so we have to adjust those. The water tap-on fee will be $26,726.40, and the sewer tap-on fee will be $1,859.60. As you know, these are still very, very high numbers, but much more reasonable than what our actual code calls for based on the amount of water a car wash uses. Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Motion by trustee Wallace.
Second.
Second by trustee Nichols. I have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
That's approved 4-0. Item B is a resolution approving a stormwater management plan. The stormwater management program was developed by the Village of Round Lake Beach with the purpose of meeting the minimum standards required by the United States Environmental Protection Agency under the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System Phase 2 program. Federal regulations require that all municipal separate storm sewer systems, MS4s, partially or fully in urbanized areas based in the 2000 census, obtain stormwater permits for this discharge into receiving waters. Those are our basic plan that we'll have to follow according to the federal laws now. We keep on updating those, and we have to keep on improving ours also. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Nichols, second by trustee Butler. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
That's approved 4-0. Item C is a resolution approving the intergovernmental agreement with the Central Lake County Joint Action Water Agency relative to certain easements. We are extending Lake Michigan water up to Lake Villa, Lindenhurst, as well as Fox Lake Hills. They need an easement from the village to complete the connection. We're actually bound by an intergovernmental agreement with Jawa to provide those easements, which we would do those anyway to help provide Lake Michigan water to those residents that need it so badly. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez.
Second.
Second by trustee Nichols. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
That's approved 4-0. That was our last item of business tonight. At this point, it's open to public participation. Anyone has a question or comment for the board, please step to the microphone, give your name and address for the record. Either state your comment or ask your question. Well, thank you all for being here tonight. We don't have any executive session, so we have no action on those items. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Butler.
Second.
Second by trustee Wallace. We have motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We're adjourned.